Hello, great people. Who gets what, when, and now in 2027 is becoming clearer as the camp of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 presidential election, is reportedly offering Mr. Peter Obi, candidate of the Labour Party in the same election, a VP slot based on a one-time deal. If you don't understand what this means, I'll be breaking it down for you. We'll be doing some arithmetic, we'll be doing some permutation, and we'll be assessing the alignment and realignment and the possible outcome of it and the dynamics that will shape this for 2027. Now, what this means is that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar wants to contest as president, and he wants Mr. Peter Obi to be his vice president, and this will be on a one-time deal. That means that Atiku Abubakar is saying that he would only run a term, that he will only be president just for one term. Then Mr. Peter Obi will now be the presidential candidate, and he can run for 2 terms. How logical is this arrangement? Let us go into it. You know, there is some sympathetic kind of like feeling, or should I say some unwritten agreement, that the South, it is the turn of the South, that the South should be the one to occupy the presidency of Nigeria till 2031, having been occupied by Muhammadu Buhari, who hails from the North. And some people are saying that, well, the North has ruled Nigeria more than the South, in the sense that you can, if you add the military rule, and I'm one of the people that buy such argument, in the sense that if you look at the military rule, the people that have ruled Nigeria since 1960, when we gained independence, are more than those that are from the South. So if you look at it very well, the people that ruled Nigeria, whether military, whether civilian, they are Nigerians. They are not from Togo, they are not from Europe, they are not from Ethiopia. So you cannot say that, okay, you want to start counting the leadership of Nigeria by geographical location based on the arithmetic from 1999. No, you won't be doing justice to it. You have to start from 1960. Now, let us go into some more pressing issues, which is that Peter Obi will perish politically if he agrees to Atiku Abubakar's arrangement. This Atiku Abubakar's arrangement, if you agrees to it, Obi is finished, because automatically he will lose the organic support, in the sense that when Peter Obi contested, he gained some organic support, despite the fact that he joined the Labour Party late in time. Still, people still queue behind him, because they believe that he has what it takes for him to be the number 1. So if he now accepts the offer to be the number 2, definitely he will lose that organic support. That organic support, that despite him saying that, oh, I know they give shishi, all those things, in a political system that is heavily monetized, he is saying he doesn't give money, and he was still able to garner over 6 million votes. If he decides to be the vice president to Atiku, definitely he will lose that organic support. And if you look at it very well, let us be realistic with ourselves. Atiku Abubakar will not do 1 term. That I can assure you. Atiku Abubakar, if he emerges in 2027 as the president of Nigeria, there's nothing that can stop him not to do a 2nd term. Before you know it, different permutations, different kind of like alignment and realignment will be reoccurring. So Atiku Abubakar is not somebody that I trust to keep to agreement. If a pastor, Yemi Osinbajo, can have an unwritten agreement with Bola Ahmed Tinubu that, okay, be a placeholder for me, because the Sarakis of this world, they tackled Bola Ahmed Tinubu at that time, so he couldn't be the vice president to Muhammadu Buhari. So if Tinubu, as reported, put him in that position, that be a placeholder for him, and at the end of the day, Yemi Osinbajo, a pastor, decide that he wants to contest to be the president, not to now talk of Atiku Abubakar. So for me, I don't trust Atiku Abubakar to stick to that kind of like arrangement. No, he will want to use 2 terms. And at the end of the day, let us look at it. If Atiku Abubakar use 2 terms and he decide not to make Peter Obi the presidential candidate, what will happen? Nothing will happen, because by as at then he will have enormous powers. He will have the presidential powers. He can do and undo. So if he so decides that, okay, he now has used 2 terms and he doesn't kind of like feel comfortable with Peter Obi and is not supporting him, definitely nothing will happen. And don't forget that Atiku Abubakar has the experience based on what happened between him and the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. So the way Obasanjo tamed him, he has learned from that. So definitely he himself will know how to tame Mr. Peter Obi. And the question is, must Atiku be president? Must he be president, in the sense that you are old, you are an old man, you have been in this race since 1993. Allow some young blood, allow some kind of like fresh input. Let new political superstars that have emerged, let them have their try. You must not be the president of Nigeria by fire by force, because it is this greed, this same greed, that ruined PDP. So at the end of the day, you may find a situation whereby, despite Bola Ahmed Tinubu's abysmal performance, he may just have a straight win in 2027, because it is this greed that made Atiku Abubakar to kind of like unilaterally dismantle the PDP, in the sense that you have won the ticket, right? And when you won the ticket, you did not advise your ally, Iyorchia Ayu, to resign as chairman. Now, we all know that Nyesom Wike is a very troublesome guy. We know that Nyesom Wike is aggrieved because he lose out of the vice presidential ticket. That is fine. But then again, as much as we will blame Nyesom Wike, we cannot rule out the greed of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in all of this. And that greed is the same thing that is manifesting now. And it comes to mind that, so when Atiku Abubakar said coalition, it was Atiku Abubakar that started the coalition. So when he was saying coalition, so it was for his own benefit. So it was kind of like, shouting coalition, just so that he can benefit from it. No, sometimes you do something and you lead and you work, and other people will benefit. It should be about wrestling power from the ruling APC. It must not be you that will be at the forefront. You can put people there, you can support people. You must not always be supported. You to try and support people, especially people that you see that have great prospects. And I can tell you that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be happy with this arrangement. If this arrangement eventually manifests, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be very happy, because he knows that we have an easy win. That is just the truth. And Wike will be available to make trouble again, because Nyesom Wike is already warning that if Alhaji Atiku Abubakar contests again, definitely is going to make trouble, that the presidency cannot go to the south. And at the end of the day, if Atiku contests, it will bring about that north-south sharp divide at the end of the day. So Tinubu will be happy with the arrangement, and considering the power of incumbency that he has at the moment, he will be the one to appoint the INEC chairman. And there's this north-south sharp divide. So at the end of the day, you see that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will just do his abracadabra, and before you know it, he will be the president till 2031 if care is not taken. So the way out is for Obedient to put pressure on Obi to resist dubious offers. Peter Obi, don't accept any dubious offers. No, accept offers that are logical. Accept offers that does not seek to please the interest of a veteran contestant, because I don't see anything logical. Why can't Atiku Abubakar wait for Obi to do a term? I think that's another arithmetic. Why can't you wait for Peter Obi to do one term? When Peter Obi do one term as president, then you can now come in and do 8 years. That is, if age is still on your side, because Atiku Abubakar is an old guy. I think by 2027 it will be maybe 81. I stand to be corrected. He will be in his 80s. So if he can wait till 2031, I think by then he will be around 85. So he knows that time is not on his side, and he just wants to be that president by fire by force. But then again, sometimes destiny may not align with your wish, and if destiny does not align with your wish, it is better for you to kind of like follow the direction of the wind. You should not be going against the wind. The wind now is blowing towards the south, so you should find a candidate in the south, support that candidate from the south, and when it is 2031, if Nigerians so wish, and if you still have that energy, then you would become the president. So I think that permutation is straightforward like that. And Atiku Abubakar, I think you should learn from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu formed the coalition. But when he formed the coalition, he wasn't an immediate beneficiary from that coalition that he formed. If you look at it well, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu brought Buhari, he installed Buhari, he helped Buhari to become power. When Buhari served his term, then Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the president. So I think Atiku Abubakar has a lot to learn from Bola Ahmed Tinubu in this regard. This is not just about contesting. It is about being strategic and contesting at a strategic time when you know that you have high chance of winning, and that itself will not make you lose political value. You contesting every now and then when you know that you can win, and when it is unsure for you to win, it makes you lose steam. It makes you lose steam. It makes you lose political value, and that is what Atiku Abubakar is suffering from. Atiku Abubakar is strong. no doubt about it. It's strong, especially in the north, but then it doesn't have the cult Buhari-like followership in the same north. And if you look at it very well, Peter Obi is a potential strong candidate in the south, so you just need that backing from the north. So Atiku Abubakar, I think it's best for him to support Peter Obi and let them give Bola Ahmed Tinubu a good run for his money and time and power in 2027. Then by 2031, Atiku Abubakar can now contest. So they should have a deal. They should reverse it. The reverse should be the case. Obi should be the presidential candidate. Atiku Abubakar should nominate the vice. Then they should have an agreement with Peter Obi that Peter Obi will use one term. And if you look at it, Peter Obi, in the true sense of it, can he win without the North? So Peter Obi is the most vulnerable one here. So he should be the one that should be in a strong position to kind of like strike the deal, because if he strike the deal that it will be vice to Atiku Abubakar, definitely I can tell you Atiku will cheat him out. But if Peter Obi agrees to if Peter Obi agrees to do a term, the probability that he can cheat Atiku Abubakar out is very, very slim. So I think that the coalition is a good thing, it is necessary, but the way Atiku is going by it, it is bound to fail. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with your sure plug, Dr. Omoshola. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past video. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.